Welcome, everyone, to my Week 3 picks. Now, as I told you before, Week 1 was a complete and utter catastrophe. It was horrible. Week 2, a lot better. Let's hope Week 3 can be much, much better than Week 2. We'll start off, as always, with 1 p.m. games. Patriots at the Bills. Bills off to a very impressive 2-0 start. Disposed Kansas City Week 1. Came back last week from a 21-3 deficit to win. Ryan Fitzpatrick is just a straight-up beast right now. He's a fantasy monster. I benched him in my fantasy team for Michael Vick. I may start him this week. Maybe, maybe not. This game's going to be a shootout. 35-30 Patriots squeak out. I mean, it's going to be a good game. It could be game of the week. 49ers at the Bengals. I think the Bengals win this game. No Michael Crabtree. No Michael Crabtree. No Braylon Edwards for about a few weeks. I mean, that's a red zone target right there. That's not going to be for the 49ers. I like Andy Dalton. I think he's something special. So is A.J. Green. Ooh, A.J. Green is a beast. Straight up nasty. 21-17, Bengals. 2-1 start? They could be 3-0 right about now. If they win this game. They should be 3-0, really. If they win this game, of course. Browns hosting Dolphins. I like Cleveland in this game. Sorry, Chad Henne and Dolphins. I just, I honestly don't think Chad Henne is the answer in Miami. 23-13 Browns. Colt McCoy, future to Cleveland Browns. I feel so good for Cleveland fans, for Cleveland Browns fans. They finally have a quarterback in Colt McCoy that can finally say, hey, we finally got a quarterback. Tim Couch, Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn, all these fast failure quarterbacks in Cleveland. They finally got their man Colt McCoy. He's something special. Trust me. Which one? Broncos at Tennessee. I think the Broncos should be 1-1 at this point. Actually, they are. They lost Monday night to Oakland and beat Cincinnati last week. They will be 2-1 after today. God, I can't even speak today. Sunday. They should be 2-1 at the end of Sunday. Very impressive win last week for Tennessee, but I just, I think maybe they caught Baltimore off guard, with after what happened week 1 against Pittsburgh for Baltimore. 21-10, Denver. I think this offense can put up some points. I mean, all the fuss about Tebow and stuff, Kyle Orton can play. I think I said that last week. Still, he can't play. Even without Brandon Lloyd, Brandon Lloyd, Eddie Royal, he can play. Let's not kid ourselves here. He can play. Lions at the Vikings. Lions, other than the Bills, maybe or the Patriots, the two of the most impressive teams so far I've seen the first 2 weeks. That continues, I think, here. 28-17 over Minnesota. I just, I think Sue's going to plug up the middle, stopping Adrian Peterson, and that's going to force McNabb to pass. Not saying he can't do it, but, throwing the ball 40, 45 times, I just don't see it. Saints not at the Texans, but hosting the Texans. We're going to find out just how good this team is, the Houston Texans are. Everybody says, oh, this is finally the year they finally make the playoffs. They get over 500, and, they finish 10-6, 11-5, and get in the playoffs. Drew Brees is he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I'm proud to say I have him on my fantasy team. I actually have 2 fantasy teams. He's my starter, and one Michael Vick in the other. Drew Brees has a big day, and the Saints win 31-20. The game I'm most looking forward to seeing is this next one. Giants at the Eagles. Or is it Eagles at the Giants? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Well, maybe it does matter. I don't know. I actually had the Giants winning this game at first. But Dominic Hickson, torn knee, out for the year. Manningham with a concussion, and now looks like Mike Vick's all ready to go with the concussion. 24-17 Eagles. It'll still be a good game, though, but I had the Eagles going 2-1. Panthers hosting the Jags. Really, I mean, I know Blaine Gabbert's a pretty good quarterback, college quarterback. He'll take his lumps. Cam Newton will get his first win, 24-10 Panthers. On to the late games, the 4:15 kickoffs. The Jets and the Raiders. This could be good. This could be a very good game. I expect this game to be very good. The Jets last year went up to Oakland and beat the snot out of them, and you saw Marciano Jets with a little hot dog. Trying to, you probably heard it, heard that already, but I think the Jets will squeak out a win here. It's 23-17. This will be a good, kind of a defensive battle a little bit. Rams hosting the Ravens. Rams, they had their opportunities last Monday night, and they just didn't capitalize. The Ravens coming off they laid an egg last week in Tennessee. Let's not kid ourselves. They laid a huge egg after the big win week 1 against Pittsburgh. Ravens rebound barely, 24-20. Chargers hosting the Chiefs. I mean, I feel so bad for Kansas City. Remember a year ago they were 11-5. They were AFC West champs. Now they lose Jamal Charles for the year, and it was the Tony Moyaki. Yeah, Moyaki for the year also. 31-7. Chiefs off to an 0-3 start. San Diego get some retribution for last week, losing to Patriots, although there's no shame in losing to Patriots. Packers at the Bears. It's not even Jay Cutler that's the problem anymore for Chicago. It's their offensive line. Let's just be real. Packers win 27-10, and they have their way with the offensive line and Jay Cutler. It's going to be nasty. Cardinals at the Seahawks. Seahawks will probably get the #1 overall pick. They'll have the worst record in the league probably. Cardinals win 27-13. Falcons at the Bucks. This will be a pretty good one. Buccaneers. I like, of course, I'm very high on Josh Freeman. I have the Bucks winning 24-21 because some of the Bucks defense I really like. I really like Aqib Talib, although if he would stay out of trouble a little bit more, I think he could be a pretty good corner. There's no reason to even get into the Sunday night game. Steelers at the Colts. We know who's winning that game. Steelers. I mean, Kerry Collins, just like Jay Cutler, is going to be looking for an IV because he's going to be looking at James Harrison, Lamar Woodley, Lawrence Timmons in the backfield. He's just going to be running for his life. 27-10. The Colts will be even lucky to get double-digit points. But they'll be lucky to even score. If they score a field goal, congratulations to them. The Monday night game, 8:30. Redskins at the Cowboys. The defense for Dallas will shine through. The front seven led by DeMarcus Ware. There's no Miles Austin, looks like. Tony Romo should be good to go, maybe. Fractured rib, puncture along the lung. Looks like it's been healed up. He should be ready to go. Felix Jones could be ready, maybe not. Maybe there's a chance Dez Bryant plays. But this game, much like last week, is going to be about the defense, making big plays when it matters. 21-17. This will be a tough one for Dallas. But they need to start showing that they can win these type of games like they did the last week against San Francisco. Not an easy win. If they come back from 10 points down in the fourth quarter, Tony Romo, a very gutsy performance. He played through like a champ. And, those are my Week 3 picks. Hopefully they'll be better than Week 2's. Until next time, Super Yankee for life, signing off.